Dog is staring at us. He's like, what's happening?
You're always stuck in second gear.
Why do you always take the harmony?
I like harmonizing.
You week, your month, or even your year, but I'll be there for you.
When the rain starts. It's raining today, guys.
It is raining today. We got copyrighted on that song, and so we're trying to shorten it.
Copyrighted or copywrote? Or copywritten?
Copywritten? No, we got a copyright thing flag on it.
I don't know why I asked that.
So yeah, we got a copyright flag, so we're trying to to shorten it until we come
not
up.
Get in trouble.
Until we come up with our own song. If
I
anyone
promise,
wants to write a song, I mean, for us and send it to us, like
we'll pay you in beer.
Probably not even that,
or in hugs.
Which, speaking of, cheers.
Guys,
cheers! Our new Glarus, for those of you can see on the YouTube, but it's
New Glarus.
Glarus. Sorry, I thought there was a U there. There's not. New Glarus Brewing Company. It's employee owned. I am drinking the 2 Women Lager because that's how I like it.
I am drinking I am drinking the Fat Squirrel. And it actually has a fat squirrel on it. It's really, really good, but it's only sold in Wisconsin. Only.
Yep.
So you're going to have to come up here to Wisconsin to figure out if you like it or not.
Yep.
It's really good.
It's good stuff.
Good on you, New Glarus.
Anyway, so that's what we're doing. We wanted to say again, we will admit that our third post, our Tracks or Treat episode, we got a little less views. So thank you guys for those of you who watched, and if those of you who watched want to push those other people, share away. We really appreciate those of you who are supporting us and listening to us and doing everything. And it's
like you're literally on the journey with us because we have no idea what we're doing. We have no idea what we're doing. We bought, Patrick did so much research. We already talked about this, but for all of the gadgets.
Yeah.
But
here
we are.
So anyway, we're kind of winging this episode just because it's been a little bit of a stressful week and a half. From the last time that we checked in with you guys, we were in Kansas City. That's where we recorded the episode. Since then, we have been to Dallas, Texas, to St. Louis, Missouri for a quick little stop. And then now we are in Wisconsin in Kaukauna.
It's a Native American pillow. Name. And it means portage, if you wanted to know.
Portage. It's the Electric City. It has it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's got
I actually really
history.
enjoy it.
We are in my dad's house that
gorgeous
he has
house
bought. It's beautiful. We can pretty much see bald eagles right now, and we're looking at them as we we literally are looking at one as we speak. He's flying. They're chasing each other right in front of us.
Or is that a seagull? Is he chasing a seagull?
Yeah, he was chasing a seagull. He's like, "Don't eat my food." So this episode's going to probably be a little bit different. We are going to talk a little bit about what we've done, but the reason that we've called this episode A Journey's Truth. Part of the reason that we did that is, part of what we said is we want to be real. We want to be honest about what we're experiencing in our life and the journey of life, as well as our physical journeys to places, the journeys of our relationship and yada, yada, yada. Well, as some people knew from our post, and as some people have seen, my family is so complicated. My ex-stepfather. So my mom married my dad, Marty, who I'm staying with right now. And I was produced. Sorry, Brittany. And then my mom and dad, Marty, divorced, and then she married, my mom married Mikey. Mikey was my stepdad from about 5-6 years old until I was 10, and continued to be a strong father figure. And he had 2 daughters, Erica and April, who became my stepsisters and still are, as far as I'm concerned, blood sisters to this day. But unfortunately, about 5 days ago,
last Thursday morning,
my stepdad passed away. I know that some of you guys saw that, and I appreciate those of you who reached out and gave their love and support. It really meant a lot. But the truth is that is, part of the reality of, and I said the truth is without even really meaning to do the pun with the journey's truth, but the truth is that all journeys come to an end. That's just the fact and reality of life.
No
And
matter what journey it is.
yeah, exactly. And that, of course, has been taking a little bit more focus from me. Brittany and I started this venture concept together. Obviously, we're only like 3 weeks in, and I feel like we've done a really good job. But for
my gosh, it's been so much fun.
yeah, but I will say for this last week, I've been a wee bit distracted, and she's done a really good job of helping out and staying on top of posting.
That's what partners are for.
Yeah, pick up when we slack. She's usually the one slacking. So
Oh. He's not wrong.
So
on some things, aka the gym.
Yeah. Which, by the way, we're super sore because we actually went to the gym.
Shout out to Curtis and Kiana Miller.
Yeah,
because we did one of their workouts.
We did one of their workouts that we have.
While in Wisconsin, we are trying. That's something that we're trying to do while we're traveling is working out.
Yeah.
Luckily, Patrick still has his Planet Fitness membership, so.
We're trying.
trying.
But anyway, so, and we were lucky that I got to, so that was, we went to Kansas City to see Marianne, to experience Kansas City, to see Marianne, those two primary reasons, see her family, so on and so forth. But we knew that Mikey wasn't doing too well, so we went down to Dallas to see him. He was in hospice at the time, and he was a DNR. Just do not resuscitate until, for you people who don't know, because I didn't know what that was until recently. And we did get to see him. I got to see my sister Erica for the first time in an obscenely long amount of time. We need to fix that and not let that be a habit again. And it was great. We got to sit around the living room and laugh.
He even got to hear both of us sing. We showed him some of our videos from the Magic, so... he was like, he's hardcore into rock.
Yep.
So we showed him America Rocks, and he loved it.
Yep.
It was really nice.
And we showed him we showed off Brittany and her flick show. And so it was great because, Erica and I hadn't seen each other in so long. So, but that's how it is a family. You don't see each other and then you just fall right back into it. And so I was just being stupid and she was being stupid, and
it was so fun,
just laughing around the living room. And I would occasionally look over, and he was just sitting in his bed and he was just smiling, which is about all you could do. He was having a harder time
forming sentences.
Yeah. He was still quick, he was still there. But we were there for 2 days and we got to spend that time with him, and Brittany got introduced to Silence of the Lambs.
Oh, guys, I'm sure all of you are like, why hasn't she watched that yet? But everyone said that to me, and it's probably actually one of my new favorite movies.
I think Hannibal Lecter you have a crush on.
I think
secretly.
I do. What does that say about me?
I don't know, but
Sorry, babe.
Oops. I should be like Dexter, and then
I'd
be a Dexter more than a Hannibal Lecter. I don't think I could eat people.
I'm not sure that I could eat people, but it was just
Hey, a black squirrel. I've never seen a black squirrel.
What?
Sorry, you guys just lost us for a second.
Wait, it's a very big distraction because the windows are huge.
The windows are huge and right next to us. I mean, for those of you watching on YouTube, you can see the light. We got some natural light here. Brittany loves the natural light.
I do.
But yeah, so we got to spend time with him, and that was good. That was.
Well, I think from someone that's not in the immediate family, I've joined it. It was super. I don't know the word. It was super, joyful was, I guess, the word. But when, the day after, everyone came over to Monica and Mikey's house, and it was just like a family all together, laughing and crying and laughing some more. And I think it was just a really nice closure for me, because I only knew.
Ahead. I wasn't there yet.
Oh.
We were still in the visit.
Go.
I'm getting there.
Oh.
So we had made plans and we didn't. So Mikey was given 3 to 4 months to live, and this was 3 weeks after that point. So this is pretty quick. The day we left, his condition was deteriorating. But I, to be very honest, I dealt with my grandfather, Pop. I call him Poppy. And he would have good days and bad days. And I didn't know where Mikey's good days and bad days existed. I didn't know where the level was.
Yeah, the level.
So we didn't know if it was a normal bad day or a bad day. We didn't know. And so we did leave, and we went on a walk on Katy Trail just so I could clear my mind. And, and we talked to Monica, who's Mikey's current wife, and realized we're going to come the next day and visit. So we rented an Airbnb, which was a nice Airbnb.
Yeah, it was really nice in downtown Dallas.
Downtown Dallas, 2 blocks away from where we used to work, and we went to 60 Vines for a nice
Whoop,
distraction.
whoop, 60 Vines.
Shout out to 60 Vines. If you live in the Dallas area and you're listening to this and you want to go to a great restaurant with a lot of wine and a lot of good food, go to 60 Vines.
It's like a plethora of food. It's not even just like...
Yeah, it's fantastic.
They have pasta, pizza, fish, meat. Everything.
And I'm kind of partial to the servers there. They're all pretty awesome.
No, they really are.
Yeah, I mean, Jordan's kind of sketch, but other than that, no, I'm kidding. I love Jordan. But there's a lot of really good servers there, and we walked in, and our 2 managers, Jim and Matt, were there, and
they're the best, and
they're fantastic, and it's hilarious because Jim comes over and talks to us, and he ordered food for us, and he was, fantastic. I love him. And Rachel was behind the bar, and, we were just having a great time. But of course, all the employees haven't seen us, and I feel like we made good friends there. We made good inroads there, and everybody was coming up and hugging us and saying hi and trying to catch up with us because it had been 2 months since we had left, or a month and a half, something like that. And Matt comes walking up and he goes, "Thanks for coming in and distracting our employees." I'm like, "Yeah, that's what I'm here for.
Our job.
It's a morale boost, it makes everybody happy and give better service."
Yeah.
And so we had
serotonin.
Yeah,
it was like a shot of serotonin.
We had a really good time there. And then the next day we actually just didn't feel too well, so we bypassed on going and seeing Mikey. Why are you laughing at me?
You just twitched.
I did twitch, didn't I? I'm trying to compose myself, all right, and keep my center, my goose fraba. And it was that Thursday. Well, really, yeah, no, Thursday. Oh my God, the days are all blending.
I know.
I don't even know because it's just kind of all. I got a call from my sister April. And she had let us know, and I was a bit bummed because I had anticipated being able to see him one more time. And I think that's the hardest part about all this is that I was going to see him one more time, and Brittany and I didn't feel too well the next day, not because of a hangover, guys. But I had made the decision. Oh, there goes my phone. I had made a decision to not go and see them. And then about 8 or 9 o'clock, we felt better. And this is where the real things comes in. And this is where I want to be honest about the experience that I had, so that maybe if anybody's going through this or has gone through this or will go through everybody will go through this at one point. There's a deep regret inside of me for not being there when I knew I could have been there. It's one thing if you're out of state. It's one thing if you live in a different city, if you're, if you have to work or something like that. But when you're in a position where you could have been there and been there with your family and been at his side, so that he had another person. He had April and Monica, which, I mean, that's all he could have asked for. I'm sure he was perfectly content, but that regret inside of you. So I would recommend, if anybody has those moments, don't avoid. Avoiding is what I think I was doing there. I think I was scared.
Subconsciously,
yeah. Subconsciously, even to an extent consciously, I think I was scared and
it's
avoiding.
Weird. It's the whole death is weird.
And I mean, you and I both haven't really experienced it. And
fortunately and unfortunately, because it's fortunately because, our loved ones are still alive, but unfortunately because processing it is very, very different for everyone. So
he did pass away, and what Brittany was talking about earlier was we went over. I wasn't awake or anything like that. It was
nice.
It was a really good burp. I actually should have done that right into the microphone.
Ew,
that would have been impressive.
No.
It was a it was just everybody getting together, and I saw some of Monica's family who I haven't seen since Mikey and Monica got married when I was like 13, 12. I forget how old I was.
That was like 100 years ago, guys.
It was a really long time. I attached to Monica's sister, Chris, like white on rice. It was just like, I would not let, I'm sure she was
cool.
like, she's amazing, but I'm sure she was like, get this little 13-year-old off of me. What the heck? And then I danced in the dance floor until I was just this little platinum blonde.
He would still do that now, I feel like.
I just need a little liquid courage, and I probably would. But it was nice, and then Erica and April were there, and I think, I'll be honest, it was I'm not allowed to cry. It was a very surreal moment when I walked in the door knowing, that the house that they live in is the house that Erica, April, my mom, and Mikey lived in from when we moved to Plano for the time that we were there. And that has been a very consistent house. And to walk into that house knowing that I wouldn't see him again. And poop. I swore I wouldn't do this, but
Emotions
sometimes
are
this
real
is what
big.
you do when you talk about it.
Yeah.
April just immediately came and gave me a hug. And I think it was the first time that I actually let a little bit of emotion out. And then I remember feeling this other body come to my left and hug me. And there's a part of me that had this immediate, like, what the hell? Who is this human interrupting this moment between me and my sister? And it was Erica. And we were all hugging each other. And it was just such a surreal moment
Unifying.
for me, because I think that's the first time probably all three of us have hugged together since we found out they were getting a divorce, if I was going to be honest.
Yeah.
And it was just a very surreal, beautiful. Siblings and family are just so important. And I feel like that's getting lost a lot nowadays a bit. It's getting pushed away a bit. Families have feuds over politics or over religious beliefs or things like that.
Just breaking them apart.
And it breaks them apart, and it's so sad. And I know that there's a bit of the aphorism, you can choose your family and things like that. I know your dad did that. And
Yep.
But at the same time, when you don't have too screwed up of a family and you can get past your differences, it's so important to hold. And siblings, I think, as someone who is a hybrid only child, like I had Erica and April from 6 to 10, and then April moved in with mom and I from I think it was 15 or 16 to I was until 18. And then Danny, who's my pain in the butt, but I love her to death.
We
little
love you,
sister.
Daddy.
No, I'm kidding. I love you. I have to say that just so she can go, Patrick. But Danny is now my little sister. Man, I need a brother. Jeez, what's with all you girls around me?
I know.
Women, sorry, no.
Because my family's all girls too.
Yeah, it's like it's me and Steve and Dan and Marty, and that's
Yep.
like
Yep.
Jeez.
It's a lot of estrogen.
We better have a boy when the time comes. But
Well,
anyway,
I am hoping for one. Not anytime soon.
hopefully relatively soon.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I'm not getting any younger. Anyway, sorry to get real there for a minute, but that moment was, I think that's going to just stand out in my memory as a lifetime moment that I will never forget. It was so deeply important to me and was cathartic in a way that I don't know if I hadn't had that moment with the three of them, that I could have dealt with this in a more sane way. And then it was after that, because I was right when we walked in the door, that we did what Brittany was talking about, which it was. We were just all sitting there.
And I met new people, a lot of new people, I feel like, because I'm still meeting all of Patrick's family. I still have
so spread out
the Detloff side to meet.
Yeah.
And
I haven't seen them in a really long time.
Yeah, but
for all of you, because I know that Allison just started following up the journey, and I haven't seen
like,
John
a
in forever,
Detloff.
and
I feel
Joe
like-
and Mike and Pete, and I haven't seen a lot of them.
So it keeps it interesting, because I'm just meeting new people, and I love meeting new people. So
yeah,
it's helping my journey.
And I love retethering the family ties.
Yeah, family is
it's
so,
become
so
important to me.
Yeah.
Your family has helped me realize that a lot too. I mean,
My
it's
family
always
rocks.
it's
I
pretty
love
much
my family.
it's I have a spread family, but that immediate family is pretty much mom and me and
For sure.
and Dan and everybody else. All the miscellaneous people are fantastic.
Well,
but,
and when you travel, and right now I'm talking about like when you would get jobs on a ship, it makes it even harder to stay in touch. Luckily we have technology nowadays where you can just message them on the ship internet and it's fine, but like it's actually you actually get lost in your job a lot.
It's very out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
And
well,
that's,
even on the land it is that way as well.
Yeah.
But
on land at least you can show up. Like, the out of sight, out of mind is such a flaw of mine. I don't know if anybody else out there suffers from the way that I do from out of sight, out of mind, but I'll go 4 weeks without talking to my mom and I'll be like, why am I not talking to my mom for 4 weeks? Like, and then, you try to do the catch up thing, but things happen. And my mom's life is so busy too that she's the same way. She's constantly moving. So we'll not remember to call each other for 4 weeks, and so it's definitely something. I mean, luckily I have a woman here who's very determined to keep me in touch with, everybody. And that's a promise. We made a promise to each other that we would either see, or I think we should include seed now, because we used to say just reach out, but I think,
I know.
But our goal is to reach out or see someone at least once a week. That isn't in our normal orbit.
I mean, here's the deal. Like, honestly, it's because it's totally doable. Like, there is no excuse, really.
Especially with technology nowadays,
Yeah, like FaceTime. Oh, what a godsend.
I mean, we don't do FaceTime.
No, but we can. That's what I'm saying, is there's no excuse we shouldn't.
We're Android, not.
Oh, sorry. Google Duo.
Or Facebook Messenger.
We usually
whatever.
use Facebook video chat.
I feel so hunched. I'm sure
I
if
know,
people
I'm
watch
like,
the YouTube, they're like, why are you guys so hunched?
You gotta work with what you got,
Yeah, it's a different location. It's a beautiful.
Well, here's the thing. I was really stubborn and was like, we need the room with the really nice natural lighting.
Yeah, I
was
was
Patrick was like, okay, but there's like literally the perfect
countertop right over here, and we
and
don't
I was
have
like,
to.
no, there's no natural lighting.
And you listen to your lady when she tells you what to do.
Ooh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm gonna remember that.
Most days. But anyway, so it was a very cathartic and us all just talking and laughing and I think each of us got up at one point or another. I know I got up and disappeared and shed some tears, and I know April would get up and go away and shed some tears. I think Erica did, and Monica, like we all kind of would get up and do our moment, and then we'd come back and and we go back into the joyous celebration of the life that Mikey led. So,
and random, really quickly, friends in your life that are close, and Monica's family reminds me of this all the time, but like friends that aren't blood related, that are family, keep them close to you as much as you can, because it was so beautiful to watch her close friends come in and take care of her. It was amazing.
And I mean, Patricia and Devin were the two people that were there that have been around for as long as I can remember. Devin worked for my grandmother at the lab, and I've known Devin for ages. Patricia and I feel like 1,000 drunk night talks back when I was in my early 20s, but who knows? But and they are fantastic. And I noticed Patricia just stepping up and doing her her duty as a friend, and and I know, like, I have my close friends, and I know Brittany has her close friends, and
it's really important to keep them
those
close.
people, and it is, and it's important to let them know how much they mean to you. I think that's the out of sight, out of mind. Like there's a select few people, like, and I'm gonna say names, and if I don't say your name, don't get offended. Jeez, just realize that. But I've got, I'm blessed enough to have people like Cody, who's a great friend, and I know if I said to Cody, I mean, we don't talk every day, but if I were to ever message him and be like, hey, yo, I need something right now, he'd be like, okay, that's fine. Same thing with Brian. Brian is exactly the same way. Same thing with Aaron. I mean, Aaron is someone that I could spend. I mean, I lived with him practically for half the contract, as far as I'm concerned, and he was, always there, and was there at a really rough point in my life. Maddie has been around for ages. Maddie and I butt heads all the time, but she's still a friend who knows me better than most people know me, because she's known me actually longer than anybody else in my current life, except for my mom and my dad. That's it.
Crazy. Good on you, Maddie.
Yeah. So anyway, it's important to keep those friends
For sure.
close. If I forgot any of you, Chris Kane, I love you too. But if I forgot it, he would have been the first one that would have been like,
hey.
Patrick, Chris, I love you. And it's
We
okay.
both love you.
What is it?
Hey.
What is it?
Oh gosh, Chris, this one's for you.
I want to see you. I want to see you.
Oh my gosh.
I probably
what Chris
capped the
Kane is.
microphone. Kiss Kane.
Yep.
Chris Kane, who
He's
just got
known
a
for that.
puppy.
Yeah, he did. A Klee Kai. I think I just said
I
that
have
wrong.
no
but
idea. It's a husky, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
It's not, but it is.
We're struggling not to buy one ourselves.
Oh God, I want a dog.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, so we did that, and then we needed to drive up to Wisconsin. I had promised my dad that I would take care of the puppies. We've got 2 beagle puppies to
They're
our
so
immediate
cute.
right. We got a baby beagle, and then we've got an older beagle. Another one's coming.
I think I heard
There
that.
we go. Did
Sorry,
you?
guys.
I covered my mouth. It was a silent one. But I had promised him that we would take care of the puppies from a certain time. But I knew we were going to be driving near the St. Louis area, and I hadn't seen Cody since the Pride.
29.
Whatever the Pride, whatever he came on the Pride.
Yeah.
And Cody has always been great about just coming to wherever I am. Usually I try to spoil him by, taking care of the ship or something like that, buying his alcohol if I'm in a place too. Just because I know it takes a lot for him to have to come to wherever the port and yada, yada, yada. But he's come on 2 of my cruises since I started working for Carnival, and it was always a good time to have him there, and
He's great.
just foolishness. But I hadn't seen him. I knew we were driving in his area, so we got to stop at lunch with him at, what was the name of that?
The Minglewood Brewery.
Minglewood Brewery. It was fantastic in this cute little town. It was
Cape Girardeau or Girardeau.
Girardeau. Sorry for the St.
Is it Illinois?
Missouri.
Was it Illinois?
No, it was Missouri.
Missouri.
Yeah, because it was south of St. Louis.
Right. And that was if you saw our Instagram post, that's the little town that Gone Girl was.
Yeah.
The scary one
Yeah.
with Ben Affleck.
It was filmed there.
I guess it wasn't scary. It was creepy.
Which we wouldn't have known that if Cody hadn't told us that.
Yeah,
so.
but there was the bar that they used a lot in that movie.
Yeah.
So that was really, really